Hey, this is Macabre. We're going on an adventure today, and gotta be a very careful one, because apparently on this land, it's a long story, but there's a piece of dynamite the fucking government had dumped here, and it blew up my friend's cow. And they had to reimburse him for his cow. So there's potentially dynamite or explosives buried out here. It's at least happened once on this property. But we're gonna shoot some guns today. So I thought I'd make an educational video on the chat piles of the Midwest, like Southwest Missouri and into Kansas, and right where Missouri and Kansas and Oklahoma are closest. That's where I'm at, like right past the Missouri state line, but and I'm in Kansas, but almost at the Grove line, Oklahoma. But as you'll see, there's extensive leftovers. They filled this all up. They put a bunch of dirt over all this and tried to plant grass. This is what it turned out. That hill up there with that house is also supposedly chat pile, mountains of sand, essentially covered with dirt, and put real good grass to grow on it. The grass seems to be growing a lot better over there than over here, though. See those mountains of sand? Those are the actual chat piles. It's a pretty mysterious landscape out here. There's a big mine hole over here that's thousands of feet deep. But like I said, I'm a little freaked out just because I do know that, I guess the cows aren't over here, but it's just to say that when this was all chat piles like that over there, this area dumped a bunch of stuff, and it was like a landfill kinda, and underneath me is all mined out. A lot of people don't come out here because it's really dangerous, or it could be at least. There's all sorts of just crazy rocks everywhere. I'm kind of fearful to walk all the way over to this little, I don't know what the fuck they are, honestly. But the remaining of some type of mining complex, like I said, just for the view, those are what chat piles look like. Look like the desert. Big, huge piles of sand. Pretty nice day here. I think I'm like 20 miles into Kansas, right up next to Oklahoma, from Missouri. I grew up with these chat piles everywhere. This is actually, like I said, they filled this one up with a bunch of dirt and put a bunch of grass on it. It's not doing very well. The area is very barren, and tornadoes happen right here all the time. It's like directly in Tornado Alley. Beautiful birds. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, these things are just bizarre, huh? They're just left in ruins now. So, there really wasn't supposed to be anybody living here, Americans at least, until after the Louisiana Purchase. One of the oldest houses I can find in Baxter, Kansas, which I'm pretty close to, 15 miles or something, it's from 1870. It was built in 1870. So these can't be too old. I mean, but they're just bizarre, man. Just the leftovers. Looks like some ancient fucking civilization or something, you know, but you know, it's supposedly not. Or the crazy concrete fucking. What fucking word did they use in these crazy things for? Like, I don't know, man. I can't. It's hard for me to imagine, I suppose. Let's walk closer to the probably more likely to be dynamited chat files. These things look really destroyed, fucking. And it's like, why didn't, you know, if there was something on top of here that looked that they took off or whatever, if they were trying to remove it, then why did, you know, and it looks like, oh, maybe that rock was too thick or something. Why did they leave these giant walls still standing? Like, what the fuck really happened here? To some people, like people who live around here, this might be a really boring video, but I talked to people across the country that didn't know what a chat pile was. And this is, like I said, a rare example of one that has had a bunch of dirt put over it and grass planted on it. It's part of my friend's property. He owns all of this. Another 72 acres that way. Oh, and like a long way that way too. Like, you know, a bunch of fucking property. Oh shit. Try not to walk on the spots that look especially dead. It just seems like a good idea, I guess. I also don't want to walk on the spots that look especially wet, because I know that there are things buried underground, like megaliths, or for instance, that's how I know about it. Whenever it's been a little dry, you can see the stuff that's underground by the fact that it's wet. It's wetter there. You can see the moisture in the water because the water that got underground had something to run up against and collect. So I don't know. I just feel like maybe I don't want to walk on. It's just been pretty dry. Wet ground or like fallout fucking looking ground. There's a part of the mine hole. Closer to those fucking chat piles and walk around this motherfucker. That one spot is fucking really fucking deep. It's only like a foot deep until it actually gets to the mine hole part, and then it's fucking like thousands of feet deep. Starting to see the chat piles. But this is what they're doing out here in the Midwest. They're just fucking, they done turned fucking everywhere into desert. I mean, you hear things like Pitcher, Oklahoma. And, you different Superfund sites where contamination was so bad they had to buy everybody out of their property and fucking, or pretty much steal them out of their property. Because they did it to them, but because it was so contaminated. Man, I should really find a Geiger meter or something and come out here. I bet you that might blow your mind. Might blow my mind. Fuck. I'm trying to not walk on this. Cause I know that they did use this place as a dump too, and not like a city dump, but like an industrial dump. So any spots, I'm just very weary about being out here. Fucking trips me out. Yeah, look at that. So again, if you don't know who I am, I'm Phyllis McCobb. I just like doing this stuff, but shit's crazy, dude. Mountains of sand for miles. And I mean, it's like you can see the difference between here. So we have this grass and stuff. This used to look just like that. Oh, fuck. Dude, if that ever fucking, I almost wonder, like, cause I see that one over there, I almost wonder what the fuck is in these things. I wonder if fucking, is that over there, that shelf, I don't know if you can see that, if I'm gonna try and get closer. See that fucking very mysterious fucking formation over there? Look, it's fucking, I don't know if you can see it because I've got my camera pointed away from me, but here, I'm gonna actually make another video.